This is MTG Burgeoning, and in this video we are going to update and upgrade our Rograkh, Son of Rograkh, and Akiri Lineslinger Partner Equipment Matter EDH deck. Thank you for joining us for another installment of the Up and Up series. Today we've got Rograkh and Akiri, who I like to refer to as Rograkh. We got 3 cards going in and 3 cards coming out, but before we start swapping the cards around, let me take a moment to let you know that in the description of this video, there are links to this build's deck tech, the up to the second deck list, and the video primer series. Alright, 3 cards in, 3 cards out. Our first card going into our Equipment Matter build, it is... There it is. We only knew it was a matter of time until we got a Raven Clan War Axe into this deck. Yes. All right. We have a Boros equipment here. It's 1, a red, and a white. And whenever the Raven Clan War Axe, man, that's hard to say. We'll just go with Raven from now on. When Raven enters the battlefield, we may search our library and or graveyard for a card named... Sorry about that. Ivor, battle ready, reveal it and put it into our hand. If we search our library this way, we shuffle it. Equipped creature gets +2/+0/1 trample with an equip cost of 2. So this helps us to find Ivor, get him out of the graveyard or out of our library, putting him right into our hand, and if we get around to equipping this to one of our creatures, it's a +2/+0 and trample. With Raven Clan War Axe going into the 99, it is going to replace Open the Armory. Now, this is a sorcery that we would use to tutor for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, and put it straight into our hand at the cost of just 1 and 1 white mana. We do have other ways to find our equipment other than casting Open the Armory, and let's face it, as more and more equipment enter into this deck with such high power level, it's becoming more difficult to reconcile having to get one equipment at any time. All of the equipment in this deck, they're very, very powerful. There isn't one game ender. There isn't like we're searching for one equipment every single time we sit down and play with this build. And more often than not, we don't need to search for the equipment. We're drawing so many cards and getting so many of them into our hand that searching for one specific one seems to be a task of just holding back and not really doing it at all. I would rather put in an equipment that allows us to get something to help with those equipped creatures, and that's going to be something we discuss at another time. So Open the Armory is going to yield to another equipment. This time it is Raven Clan War Axe. Alright, with swap 1 down, swap number 2, it is... I think you pretty much figured that this was going to be the next card in. It's Ivor, battle ready. This is the creature we would search for when the Raven Clan War Axe comes into play, whether it's in our graveyard or in our library. Well, now we can see exactly what Ivor can do. It's a 5/5 legendary human assassin warrior. It has vigilance, it has haste, and a mana value of 3 and 1 and 1 white mana. I'm sorry, 3 a red and a white mana. And whenever Ivor battle ready attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipment we control to each opponent. So here with this creature, it can hit the ground running with haste. The vigilance allows it to stay untapped so that we can prepare for the eventual crackback, and however number of equipment we have on our side of the battlefield, whenever Ivor battle ready attacks, it's going to deal straight to the face of each opponent sitting at the EDH table. A fantastic card to add to Equipment Matter builds in Boros colors. The 5/5 for 5 mana is very, very fair. And then when you add the fact that it has 2 mechanics in vigilance and haste, so it can attack the turn it comes in, and it has the ability to remain on the battlefield after that. I'm sorry, not remain on the battlefield. It has the ability to participate in combat throughout the next round of turns because it's not tapped. And then the direct damage component, Ivor is going to do so much heavy lifting in this deck, it's going to be sickening. You see how many equipment we have on this. You see how many equipment we have in this deck, and getting them onto our side of the battlefield equipped to our 2 commanders here, Ivor can come down and just do some unbelievable damage, particularly if those equipment are already attached to these 2. Remember, our opponents are going to be worried about getting lethal commander damage. Their priority is going to be blocking our commanders. So more likely than not, Ivor is going to participate into combat and come out unscathed. 5/5 is a big, beefy body, so we're not really worried about that too much. And then, with all of the direct damage, it's going to be dealt from its combat trigger, and it doesn't have to deal the combat damage, it just has to attack. Unbelievable. This is going to be a fantastic addition, and Raven Clan War Axe can help get Ivar into our hand. With this new mythic rare creature going into the 99, it is going to replace Open the Vaults. Very simply, and I'm not going to even get into talking about this card too much, very simply, no more helping opponents. This is a sorcery 4 and 2 white. It returns all artifact and enchantment cards from all graveyards to the battlefield under their owner's control. Does this help us? Yes. Does this help more than just us? Yes. If we're sitting down and have 3 opponents, we just put 3 opponents worth of enchantments and artifacts onto their sides of the battlefield because we cast this spell. Do you know how many Saga decks are running around out there? Do you know how many Shrine decks are out there? You already know how many artifact decks there are. No, we're not helping any opponents anymore. Open the Vaults is out. Opponents can find their own ways to recur their cards. That's it. That's the bottom line, folks. All right, the last card going into the 98 of this build. I hope I didn't say 99 earlier. The last card going into the 98 of this build, it is Blacksmiths. This is the Blacksmith's talent. This is an Alchemist. This is Blacksmith's talent. All right, here we have a class. It's an enchantment. We cast her for 1 red mana. And when Blacksmith's talent enters the battlefield, we create a colorless equipment artifact token named Sword with equipped creature gets +1/+1 with equip of 2. So, that's not really all that great. That's not the reason why this card is being put into the 98. We pay 2 and a red mana to go up to level 2, and then at the beginning of combat on our turn, we attach target equipment we control to up to 1 other target creature we control. So all we have to do is get to level 2, and we get to attach one of our equipment for free to one of our creatures. Then, if we can pay 3 and a red to level up 1 more time to get to level 3, during our turn, equipped creatures we control have double strike and haste. The haste enablement is definitely the best part of this card, mainly because we have so many other ways to give our equipped creatures double strike in this build, but we don't have many ways to ensure haste. The haste and the double strike with these 2 cheap commanders coming out of the command zone with multiple trips to and fro, they're going to build up the commander tax, but we're going to pay it. They're going to hit the field. They're going to get equipment slapped onto them. They're going to have haste and double strike, and they're going to win us the game. Blacksmith's talent in, coming out, is Rograkh Complete. This is the ultimate equipment. It's just so pricey. 7 mana. It gives you it's indestructible. It gives equipped creature +5/+5, first strike, trample, indestructible, haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature, exile it. The equip cost is 7. It has the living weapon mechanic, which means that when it comes into play, we create a germ creature token, and we attach this card to it. The germ is 0/0, so the +5/+5 makes the germ 5/5. The only reason I'm bringing this card out is that the 7 mana is just so high. Yes, this does give equipped creature haste, but if we don't have a way in which to equip this for free when one of our commanders hits the battlefield, paying the 7 mana is just such a major mana investment. Rograkh Complete, I like the card. It is powerful, it is strong, but we're getting to the point now that with all of the numerous equipment that are so much cheaper and equal power level or surpass or just right underneath it, it's getting harder and harder to reconcile a 7 mana value equipment in order to keep in the deck when we have so many other cards that are cheaper, quicker, and let's face it, are a little more impactful, a la Blacksmith's Talent. All right, so there you have it, MTG BC. 3 cards into Rograkh, 3 cards out. Let me know your thoughts about these changes in the comment section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.